Is it truly luxurious to wear the skin of another being? This question echoes through the corridors of the luxury fashion industry, sparking conversations, debates, and controversies. When we delve into the realm of luxury fashion, we are met with the traditional use of animal-derived materials. Fur, leather, exotic skins, these have been sought after, donned by the elite, and have become status symbols throughout the years. From the opulent fur coats that once graced the wardrobes of aristocracy to the iconic leather jackets sported by silver screen legends, animal-derived materials have been deeply intertwined with luxury fashion. Designers have indulged in the allure of these materials, creating pieces that have become synonymous with their names. The fashion maestros like Giorgio Armani with his lush fur coats, Donatella Versace with her vividly patterned exotic skins, and Ralph Lauren with his classic leather pieces have all made their mark using these materials. These materials, coveted for their unique textures and the sense of extravagance they exude, have been the cornerstone of the luxury fashion industry. Fur, with its rich plush feel, has been a winter staple for centuries. Leather, versatile and durable, has been crafted into everything from biker jackets to handbags. Exotic skins, with their distinct patterns, have been used to create statement pieces that scream luxury. These materials are not just fabric. They are a sign of wealth, a display of status, and a testament to one's taste. They are a symbol of prestige, a mark of the elite. But as the glamour of the runway fades, we are left with the echoes of that initial question: is it truly luxurious to wear the skin of another being? The use of these materials is not without controversy. As we pull back the curtain on the glitz and glamour of the fashion world, we find ourselves faced with the ethical implications of this industry. The production of these materials raises questions about animal welfare, sustainability, and ethics. While these materials may signify opulence and prestige, they also spark a heated debate. This is the luxury fashion controversy, a debate that rages on, challenging the norms of the industry and pushing us to redefine what luxury truly means. So, what's the fuss about? It's just fashion, right? Well, not quite. The use of animal-derived materials in luxury fashion has some serious ethical implications. Let's take a closer look. Firstly, there's the issue of animal welfare. Many of these animals are kept in conditions that are far from humane. They're often crammed into small, dirty cages, and their deaths can be brutal. The fur, leather, and exotic skins that end up in luxury items often come from creatures that have endured a great deal of suffering. This disregard for life in the pursuit of fashion is not only inhumane, but it also raises questions about our priorities as a society. Then there's the environmental impact. Producing these materials is resource-intensive and often leads to significant pollution. For example, the process of transforming an animal hide into a shiny, durable piece of leather involves several harsh chemicals, including chromium salts and dyes, which can contaminate water sources when not properly disposed of. Similarly, fur farming has been linked to air and water pollution, as well as the spread of disease. The use of animal-derived materials has also seen a considerable backlash from the public. Protests, campaigns and boycotts have become increasingly common as people become more aware of the harsh realities behind their luxury items. These actions have put pressure on brands to reconsider their practices and to seek out alternatives. However, it's important to note that these ethical implications are not universally accepted. The industry often defends its practices by citing regulations, the creation of jobs, and the economic benefits that these materials bring. But these arguments don't address the core issues, the suffering of animals and the environmental damage caused. So, while a fur coat or a crocodile skin handbag might be considered a status symbol, the hidden costs are steep. The animals pay the price with their lives and well-being, our environment suffers, and our humanity is compromised. The cost of luxury, it seems, is more than just a hefty price tag. But not everyone sees it as black and white. Indeed, there's a whole spectrum of shades when it comes to the use of animal-derived materials in luxury fashion. While the ethical implications are undeniably significant, it's impossible to ignore the economic considerations that come into play. The luxury fashion industry is a behemoth contributing substantially to the global economy. It's not merely about the big brands and the glitz and glamour, it's about the multitude of jobs this industry creates. From the skilled artisans crafting these luxury items to the sales professionals marketing them, thousands of livelihoods are intertwined with the fate of this industry. In developing countries where alternative job opportunities may be scarce, the impact is even more pronounced. And then there's the argument for sustainability. Some proponents of animal-derived materials argue that if these materials are sourced responsibly, they can indeed be sustainable. They point out that using every part of an animal that's already being raised for meat reduces waste and is thus, in a way, environmentally friendly. But what about synthetic alternatives, you may wonder? Well, it's not as clear-cut as it might seem. While these alternatives do not involve the direct exploitation of animals, they're not without their own set of environmental issues. Manufacturing synthetic materials often involves the use of non-renewable resources and the release of greenhouse gases. Plus, these materials can take hundreds of years to decompose, adding to the already mounting problem of waste management. So it seems that every solution brings with it a new set of problems. The use of animal-derived materials comes with ethical implications, but the alternatives don't present a perfect solution either. The debate, as you see, is complex and multifaceted. And as we move forward, it becomes increasingly important to find a balance, a middle ground that respects both our ethical obligations and the practical realities of our world. So, where do we go from here? Is there a middle ground? In the world of luxury fashion, the answer could lie in the brilliance of human creativity and innovation. Today, luxury brands are increasingly turning to alternative materials that offer the same level of opulence without the ethical implications of traditional animal-derived materials. Imagine, for instance, lab-grown leather, a material that retains the durability, texture, and aesthetic appeal of real leather, but without the need for animal farming. Not a far-off dream, but a reality being developed and refined as we speak. Brands are experimenting with other innovative materials as well, like plant-based textiles that mimic the feel of exotic skins, down to the last detail. The winds of change aren't just blowing in laboratories and design studios, but in boardrooms as well. Some of the most iconic names in luxury fashion have taken a stand, pledging to stop using fur and exotic skins in their creations. These brands recognize that the future of fashion must be kinder, more considerate, more sustainable. And this isn't a mere marketing gimmick, it's a response to a growing demand from consumers themselves. A new generation of fashion enthusiasts are voting with their wallets, seeking out cruelty-free, sustainable options without compromising on luxury. They're proving that it's possible to be fashion-forward and conscious at the same time. This shift isn't just about changing materials, but about changing mindsets. It's about redefining what luxury means in the 21st century. It's no longer just about rarity or price, but about values. About the respect we show to our planet, to other species, and to ourselves. In conclusion, perhaps the future of luxury fashion lies not in the skin of another being, but in the brilliance of human innovation. A future where luxury isn't defined by the cost it exacts on the world, but by the value it adds to it. A future that's not just about looking good, but doing good. That's a future we can all look forward to, don't you think?